Hello, and thank you for joining us. My name is Christina Vitale. I am the American Heart Association's Marketing Communications Director for the Greater Miami and Fort Lauderdale market. And I'm so excited to be with you all here today. Thank you for being here. It's a very, very special year for the American Heart Association in 2024. We're celebrating our centennial year. So that means 100 years of life-saving work, 100 years of giving back the time to families and survivors, and just raising funds for the fight against the number one killer, heart disease, and the number 5 killer, stroke. And there's so much more work to be done, but we want to thank all of our sponsors that have come with us along the way. And today I'm excited to introduce our longtime supporters local to here in South Florida, City Furniture. We have Andrew and Deana Koenig. Welcome, and thank you for being here today.
Thanks, Christina, for having us.
How are you guys feeling?
Good, very good.
You guys have been longtime supporters of the American Heart Association. So I really want to take it back and to give our viewers an understanding of what kind of impact you've done right here in South Florida with the American Heart Association. So Andrew, kind of take us back to that moment of when that relationship really started and what the mission of the American Heart Association means to you.
Sure. It all started when Rick Case from, everybody knows Rick Case, Acura, and all the other cars that they sell throughout Florida. But he put kind of pressure on us to get us involved in the American Heart Association. And it kind of really opened my father's eyes at that time to get more involved with the American Heart Association and what you guys were doing. And it just so happened my father's brother, my uncle, who was the founder of our business, actually passed away from heart disease at the early age of 54. And so we just had a lot of synergies to the American Heart Association, and we've been great partners ever since. We've watched you guys just do such phenomenal work in the community and throughout the world, and just continue to learn more and more about AHA, and just really proud partners, and we're proud to support, and makes all of our associates feel great knowing, we're battling one of the number one killers of Americans. And I think over the years, our associates have, as they've learned more about AHA and all the great works that you guys are doing, I think, more and more stories we hear in our company that they really feel a connection to fighting this cause with you all, and you guys are fantastic. So we're proud to be here.
And it's really important to have that personal tie. I think that really shows the passion that you have for it as well. And Deana, how about you? What is your personal tie to the mission of the American Heart Association?
So actually, when my youngest brother was born, he had some congenital heart defects. And so I was 5, he was a baby. And now he's doing great. He had open heart surgery. He's doing wonderful. But more recently, my dad just had a heart attack, and now he had open bypass surgery, and he's doing really good. It's been amazing.
It's really, it's incredible to see just the work that we do and are really kind of reflecting on families in our community. So thank you for sharing that. Thank you for both sharing your personal ties to our mission. Now, what's really special about City Furniture is you guys have just been 2 years ago announced our Live Fierce South Florida sponsor. And with that, you've made so much impact throughout Broward and Miami-Dade counties, from CPR training to youth sports teams and the Girl Scouts that I've seen hands-on. You've donated blood pressure cuffs to community centers where people can actually take their blood pressure wherever they are to monitor their blood pressure, which is huge, and just so many other things that you do to help the betterment of our community and the health aspect of it. So we actually have a video that we're going to share with our viewers to really kind of showcase just a little bit of what you guys do, boots on the ground in our community.
Cool.
Right down the road from you, someone could lose out on 30 years of their life. Where you live shouldn't determine how long you live. At the American Heart Association, we know that good health is not just about telling people how to be healthy. It's about health equity, a state that would be achieved if all people had the same opportunity to be healthy. Your zip code shouldn't determine how long you live. This is why together we are championing health equity. Real lives are at stake.
As we know, heart disease is the number one killer of Americans. And unfortunately, right here in South Florida, those numbers aren't really much better. 60% of Pembroke Pines residents have limited access to healthy food, and more than 40,000 people in Pembroke Pines have high blood pressure. And City is really proud to sponsor and be partners with the American Heart Association, because we know when we team up together and we help each other tackle such an important cause like this, we really make an impact. Our founder, my uncle, Kevin Koenig, actually lost his life to heart disease at 54. He was way too young. And unfortunately, too many losses like that are happening to families out there like ours. So through our Live Fierce South Florida sponsorship with the American Heart Association, we've adopted 4 facilities in Pembroke Pines and support them in creating healthier environments for its local residents. We chose a clinic, aftercare program, a community center, and a food pantry to provide the community with the resources they need to maintain active, healthy eating habits.
Through continuing our Live Fierce South Florida sponsorship with City Furniture, we provided Memorial Primary Care OB's Hypertension Navigator with 50 blood pressure cuffs and monitors, enhancing outcomes for expectant women, particularly Black women with preeclampsia, ensuring more healthy moms and healthy babies.
So Broward Community and Family Health Centers have been in existence for about 25 years, and we pride ourselves in caring for everyone here in Broward, or no matter where they come from, no matter what their background is. We've all faced with having to adjust during the pandemic and post-pandemic with a lot of stress-causing issues such as hypertension. So addressing it as primary care is very important to ensure that we're keeping our population healthy and alive. City Furniture and the American Heart Association were able to receive some chairs where we can accurately measure someone's blood pressure. So having a chair where the patients can position their arm appropriately as part of taking proper blood pressure has definitely helped our clinical staff tremendously.
Wow, I mean, that's, again, just the tip of the iceberg, really, of what you guys do throughout South Florida and our community. Now, just recently, you guys joined our Nation of Lifesavers movement, which is to encourage at least one person in every household to learn hands-only CPR. So, Andrew, talk me through the initiative that you guys have with CPR kits and donating those CPR kits to youth athletes and student athlete teams.
Well, first off, I have to give the AHA a lot of the credit. You know, you guys are constantly advising us on where to kind of invest our resources and awareness and where it's going to make the most impact. But I think all of us have seen kind of some of the recent news with some of the unfortunate kids or athletes like Damar Hamlin that have had some serious heart issues on the field during, the games and had some life-saving moments there, and how important CPR is or AEDs are. So, I think that kind of got us more aware of how we should shift some of our resources, time, energy, awareness to those causes. And they're having a lot of good traction. And unfortunately, we're seeing more and more of those causes, out there. And thankfully, a lot of good positive stories where kids have been, resuscitated and, everything worked out, but I think just recently at City, we put on a really cool event, and Damar Hamlin from the Buffalo Bills actually decided to come and join us with the event. So that created a lot of awareness. And so we're riding his wave, and really AHA, you guys are partnering with him all across the country, and just spreading the awareness of how important CPR training is, and how important it is to have an AED program in your organization or in your building. So, we're taking your lead and riding the waves. But I think all of our associates at City are proud to support those types of causes.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, hands-only CPR, it's just those 2 steps of calling 911 and pushing hard and fast in the center of the chest, and just teaching that to kids at a young age. It's just so important to bring that awareness and to keep the ball rolling with telling to their families, and it's just so important, especially with what we've seen in the news nowadays as well.
It is.
And so with other initiatives you guys have been doing, like the video did mention, you guys have implemented refrigeration into a food pantry in Broward College, and so together with our partnership and sponsorship, we're working to bring that further south into the Miami-Dade community. So, Andrew, tell me about that.
So, yeah, we've had great success in Broward College, and, it's an opportunity to raise a lot of awareness and, real physical touch with people and getting them to learn about how to eat healthy. And I think it's, absolutely critical. Like me and my own health journey, sometimes I need that push or that awareness of, hey, these are the right foods to be eaten. And, you can live a healthy lifestyle and you can eat right. And so we're just expanding on that success, and I'm sure we'll continue to expand that all throughout the state and, all of our markets that we're operating in. So it's been a really cool journey.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, access to healthy foods throughout communities is just so important. It's not there. And so with the initiatives that we're working on and bringing refrigeration, because it's not just, access to healthy foods, it's nutritious foods that are fresh that we can bring to the table to these kinds of communities. And speaking of bringing to the table, we have an initiative that you guys are also a part of, which is Together at the Table, Together Tuesdays. It's a campaign that really encourages families to come together and eat dinner around the table at least once a week. I know for me growing up, one of the best parts of my childhood was when my dad would ask me at the dinner table, what was your favorite part of the day? So Deana, talk to me about it as like being a mother. What is the importance of getting your family around the table and having that dinner moment?
So we're really busy. The kids are so busy too. And it's nice to just sit together and talk and be together. And, they fight, they yell, we love each other, we eat. It's great. It's a nice time. Like growing up, we used to have a lot of family dinners together, but now life is so crazy with sports and just all these activities. It's really important to just reconnect and sit together and be together. We love it. It's great.
Yeah, absolutely. And we were just looking at a video of the campaign that you guys filmed. Was that kind of like a day in the life of like what it does look like for your family? Like, do you get your kids to really like hands-on cook the meals with you when you try?
Sometimes, yeah. If we have enough time to prepare to do that, yes, they love doing that actually. And then they actually eat a little more. So it's good.
And that gets them engaged too.
Yeah.
So I know your family has a special tie to being healthy, staying healthy. So as a mother and a wife, incorporating like healthy foods and nutrition into the way you're cooking your meals, kind of walk me through that. And then I want to touch on, Andrew, your lifestyle change in terms of food as well.
So it's not easy with the kids and what they like to eat. They only eat certain things. We try to trick them, and we try to do more vegetables, a lot of fruit, like for lunches and things like that. But
we got day into fish.
Fish. Our daughter loves whitefish. She orders branzino at dinner.
Oh, okay. Amazing.
It's not the kids' menu, but it's very good. It's healthy.
Yeah.
I think we're just trying to instill a standard in their life, like eating healthy. Maybe they don't eat so healthy right now at 6, 7, and 8, but they know they have to. Like they see us doing it, and just like creating a standard. Like you have to be healthy, live a healthy lifestyle, so you could be here forever with us. When it's just like the food, really working out and like staying active, they see him doing it all the time, and it's their normal. It's what they know. So God willing, when they're older, they do the same thing and they take care of themselves. It's just examples.
They also watch your dad, who's recovering from a heart attack, eat healthy, and the whole family like watches grandpa eat. So sometimes they're encouraging him, the right food. So they're definitely aware of it, which I think is really good, to get kids aware of, healthy food or not healthy food. Just that is a really good start in the right direction,
Yeah, absolutely. And a little bit about your journey, if you want to share that with us, Andrew.
Yeah. So I think we're on almost 4 years now where I've lost 35 pounds. I give Deana tons of credit for kind of during COVID, kind of forcing me to like really, look at my health. And, I always blamed work was so busy and I couldn't, work out every day and stuff like that. And really she pushed me during, COVID when there was a lockdown, and actually fell in love with working out, and I actually fell in love with eating right. And then, when you work out and you eat right, you just feel way better. I have more energy. I remember I used to come home from work at like 5:30 and just being super exhausted. And now I just have more energy with the kids. I feel like I'm a better father. And, watching, Deanna's dad, almost passed because of a heart attack, and my own, reflecting more on my uncle passing at an early age. It was just like, why am I working so hard if I'm not going to have a healthy life and not enjoy my life? And I think that was one of the blessings, for me, and when I was during COVID, of just kind of really reflecting on what's most important in my life, and it just changed everything. So to this day, she knows I'm monitoring my food like a weirdo, and it's almost like a game and a challenge. And I have cheat nights, and we're gonna go out to dinner tonight and have a good time. And but I deserve that. I worked out hard today, and I eat right, and I just feel fantastic. And I think if anybody's watching and knows that, like, had those excuses. Man, I had them all. I had a really crazy schedule. I had 3 kids. I had a wife, all that stuff. Like, but you can figure it out. You can prioritize, eating right and working out. And actually what's going to happen is you're going to be more productive, happier, and, God willing, live a longer, happier, healthier life. So I really strongly work. It's worked out for me. I'm never going back. I'm almost on 4 years this June of keeping off 35 pounds. And now I have new health goals. I get my annual physical every year, and everybody in the office, they see me every year and they're like, oh, how's, did you improve this year? And, you're always working to get better. And, I think it's really cool, and I just feel great, and it's been a really great journey. I have to give American Heart Association tons of credit for that. Not only you, my wife, but I have to give AHA that credit, because you guys just push us appropriately. You kind of remind us things that we need to know about, and you're relentless on passing that knowledge, and eventually it sinks in my head, because I was partnered with you guys for over 6 years or maybe 7 years. And it took me a couple of years to really kind of listen to all the stuff that you were teaching me at that time, take it seriously. And I'm so glad I did. And that's why we're great partners, and we want to stay partners forever and ever.
Thank you so much for sharing that, Andrew. And I think really so many things that you're saying must resonate with just anyone who is watching. I think what hits me the most is, keeping that healthy lifestyle, say even at a young age. You think of it, of course, yourself and your body, and you want to stay healthy, but then you start to think about like your kids, and you want to be around for your kids, and you want to be around for your grandchildren and their kids, and you just want that kind of lifestyle. And then when you find those ways, like you said, you like to work out. If there's something that you like to do, like a Pilates, or like, you want that morning shake that has the protein in it, or the nutrients that you need. There are ways that you can find little things that just stick with you, and then you keep that consistent in the routine. And then also something else that you mentioned was the annual check. I mean, that's something that even when you think that you're just sitting here healthy and, I don't have any problems, it's so important to go to that doctor's office, go to the checkup, get your checkup, and get your routine checkups from your doctors to make sure that you're just functioning well and correctly. And all of that is so important. So thank you for sharing and touching on all those points.
I think one of the best things, though, is just seeing my 3 kids. We were on vacation. I think it was New York. This was about a year ago, but they were like, I worked out during the day or something, and they're like, Daddy, can we work out with you? And it's like, you want to go to the gym, you're like 5, 6, and 7. The kids were really young, and I just planting those seeds early is really, I didn't anticipate that as much, and that's been cool to see. So yeah.
That's great. Wonderful feedback. So with all of the community impact initiatives that we do with the American Heart Association, the boots on the ground stuff that we're seeing and that we were just talking about, we have our year-round campaign. So we have our Heart Walks and our Heart Ball, and we have our Go Red for Women Luncheon, and these campaigns that really celebrate our sponsors that give so much back to our community. And so this year, you guys are 2024 South Florida Heart Ball chairs. We're so excited about that, and it's been a journey for you guys. So I kind of want to touch with both of you a little bit in different aspects on this campaign. Andrew, what has it been like with the executive leadership cabinet and raising life-saving funds and just gathering that kind of cabinet together?
No, it's been great. We have a great, I think, just business community and like-minded leaders in our community that understand the importance of AHA and what they're doing. And it's been easy, because I think we all have those kind of personal stories, personal ties. So I'm very proud of our committee. From what I hear from you guys, the Heart Ball hasn't started, but we're on track to really crush our goals, fingers crossed. And so everybody's doing an amazing job. We think we're going to have a huge turnout this year. And most importantly, the Heart Ball is going to be a blast. So if you miss it, you're going to be really bummed you missed the coolest party in town. So
Absolutely. We have our development director here for the Heart Ball, and she said 10 business days, April 13th. I mean, we're so close to that moment. Deana, we have a special moment in the Heart Ball that involves a live auction. You have been working with the auction committee yourself. So what has it been like for you gathering the auction committee and that journey for you?
So it's been really fun, actually. We've had a lot of fun. But we have got some really great auction items. One is actually a car. We're raffling a car. We have Taylor Swift tickets, F1, beautiful necklace from Dowd's Jewelry. A lot of really good things. A lot of really fun experiences, trips.
She's killing it. The auction is going to be amazing. I'm excited for the auction because there's going to be some good deals in there, I think, hopefully, you know.
All for charity.
And it's all for charity.
All right,
She's done a great job rallying off an awesome crew of mainly women that are really working their butts off. So we think this is going to be one of the best auctions ever.
And this is video montage or picture montage of last year and you guys, and it's a fun event. And I think I just started a year and a half ago with the American Heart Association, so that was my first heart ball. But with everything that we've been working with you guys behind the scenes, I mean, I'm so excited for this year's heart ball.
I think I might be more excited, but we'll see. It's gonna be fun.
We're actually going shopping after this.
Yeah.
I know. I have to get my dress still. All the things.
So many options.
No, it's so exciting. So with the Heart Ball as well, you guys are involved with, like I mentioned, the Heart Walk, but especially our Broward Heart Walk that just happened this past March 10th at Nova Southeastern University. You guys are heavily involved with the Heart Walk, the Broward Heart Walk, and let's show some video of what that was and your team on the ground there. City was the top fundraising company, and City Cares was the top fundraising team. So tell us about how you gathered your employees to really be a part of this moment.
I think the Broward Heart Walk was really the first or major initiative that AHA City Furniture really partnered with, thanks to Rick Case Automotive Group. And I think our associates have just really loved it over the years. You know, a lot of those folks that go to this event, you know, have personal stories or families, you know, stories or personal stories and survivor stories, and they're walking for them. They're walking for their families, their kids, and so I think that's why we have such a good turnout every year, even though you guys have it on daylight savings time. Unbelievable.
Yeah, we got to talk about that.
Yeah, we got to talk about that.
It's a little tough, but we make it work. And it was a huge turnout this year.
This year was fantastic.
Just from last year and this year, seeing the difference, I mean, it was like sardines. Like, it was tons of people, which is incredible.
Great
Amazing
vibe
to see that.
Yeah, and all the like the festival area that we had, and just so many activities. It's a very family-friendly, fun event.
It is.
And you guys brought your family. If we can pop up a picture of that. What was the feedback that you got from your kids, if anything, about this event?
Oh, they're awesome. They wake up early. They go. They show up. I think they know we're making an impact in the community, and I'm real proud of them. But you know, I think they'd probably be a little upset about how early they have to wake up. But other than that, they're walking for their grandpa right there, you know, and they're walking for the cause. So they're troopers.
Absolutely, yeah. It's just a wonderful celebration, especially when we bring together survivors and their families, and we have the survivor lane, and they ring the bell at the end of it, and they're just celebrated. It's a truly amazing event. So
it is.
It's wonderful that City Furniture has been a part of it for so many years and so many years to come.
That's right.
Well, before we wrap up, you guys, is there anything else that you want to mention that I haven't asked or touched on, or that you want to share with the community?
I do. Yes, I do. I'm actually really proud of this because I got an email on this today. So our test rest initiative in the stores, I'm not sure if you guys have been speaking with our team, but the community team just emailed me today. So the test rest is where anyone in our customers in our stores will, if they give us 8 to 10 minutes at a time, we'll test rest them on a mattress to help them sleep better, find the right mattress. You know, we spend a third of our life in bed, so having the right mattress is very important to health and sleeping well and all that good stuff, productivity, you name it. Mm-hmm. But if they do so, if they give us this time, we donate $25 on behalf of them to the American Heart Association, as you know. And we also give them $25, which is separate. But from what I've heard, the first quarter of this year, I believe we're on track to raise like $450,000.
Oh, wow.
And maybe even more, and it's not even the end of the quarter yet. So I think our total, you know, internal fundraising with our vendors, you name it, like we're on track to raise, you know, over $650,000, you know, maybe $750 by the end of this campaign. So, you know, for anybody watching, one, if you haven't been test rested on a mattress, you should. Even if you're not in the market for a mattress, go to one of our stores, check it out. It's a great process. Whether you need a bed now or need it in the future, you're literally donating to the American Heart Association just for a few minutes of your time, and you get $25. And so it's a win-win. And I'm really proud of this initiative. We have hundreds of sales associates that take this very seriously. A lot of them have family, like I said, family issues, family stories, or personal stories, and they really work hard to do this test rest in the stores with our customers. and they've just absolutely killed it this year and raising tons of money for you guys. And I'm so proud of them. And this is we're going to be wrapping up one of the best campaign, I think the best campaign ever with our partnership. So Test for us has been fantastic. So anyways, that's one thing I wanted to share.
Thank you for sharing that. And as we're here in like the Miami-Dade community, you guys have City Furniture is in Miami-Dade, correct? Like you have multiple stores down here?
Tons, yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Everybody can, there's not too far away from you, but our sales team will take good care of you, and you'll be donating to a fantastic cause. And whenever you want a mattress, we hope you come back to shop with us.
Absolutely. Thank you both so much for being here today. Really appreciate it. And thank you so much for joining us. If you want to learn more about what the American Heart Association does right here in South Florida in this community, or even what City Furniture does with us as well, head to heart.org/Florida. Thank you for joining us, and we hope to see you in the next conversation.